Good day, scholars. Today we're going to be continuing to work on our drawing application. What we did in the last video was we had our first screen here and we added a background picture. We also added a label that says the name of the application, and we added a button that allows the user to go to the next screen to allow them to start to draw. In order to organize these a little bit better, we did add a couple arrangements here in the middle to push the button down a little bit and push this label down a little bit. And again, those will not show up in the final application because they're just being used as spacers. So we can kind of ignore the fact that they look bad and just kind of focus on the application as a whole. We also did the code for this. So if we go to the blocks, we did the code for this, which was pretty easy. And it took us to another screen called drawing screen. And what we actually did was we went up to add screen and we added the drawing screen to our application. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to that drawing screen, and this is where I'm going to begin adding the different components that will allow our user to draw on the screen. So the first thing we need, guys, on the left side here, let's see, do I have this working? I do. On the left side here, we're going to scroll down and we're going to go to media. Actually, you know what? I think it might be in drawing. It is. It's in drawing and animation. And we're going to grab this canvas and I'm going to click and drag it over to our drawing screen here. Now you'll see this doesn't look like a good place to draw. It's really tiny. So we need to go to the right side here. So I have canvas selected. Go to our properties and I'm going to make the width fill the parent, which will make it go all the way from left to right in the width here. And then the height, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the height about 80%. Okay, so we want the drawing part of our screen to fill up about 80% of the screen here, because we're going to put some stuff down here at the bottom. So that here is our drawing screen. We don't have to worry about the little icon that just shows that it's a canvas. Basically, we're just going to keep it with a white background for now. Then what we're going to do is we need to add some buttons for them to change the color. So right now, if they tried to draw on this screen, if we did the code for it, it would just be black lines that they drew. And we want them to be able to change the color. So we're going to actually go up to the layout here, and we're going to grab a horizontal arrangement. And I'm going to throw it down here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in, from the user interface, 3 buttons. Let's do 3. So I'm going to put 1, and I'm going to put it right on top of the other one. 2, same thing with this one, 3. And you'll see, first off, it looks like it goes off the edge, which isn't good. But they are aligned horizontally because we used a horizontal arrangement. What we're going to do now to make this look a little bit better is we're going to go up to the horizontal arrangement, and we're going to align horizontal center, which will put all the buttons in the center of it, which you can't see yet. And then for each of these buttons, we're actually going to make the width of them to be about 30% for each. So I'm going to click on each of these. So button 2, right, width 30%. Right, same thing with button 3, width 30%. In this way, total, they'll take up about 90% of the width there. And also what I'm going to do is, you'll see there's a space here on the right side. We kind of want them to be aligned in the center of the screen. So what we did, we already made the horizontal arrangement aligned to center, which means things inside of this horizontal arrangement will be aligned to the center of that arrangement. But we want to align all of this, everything, including the canvas, to the center. So I'm going to go to the drawing screen and click on that and change the alignment of the horizontal position of the entire screen to center as well. And you'll notice it changed a little bit, right? But now we have an equal amount of space on both sides, and our buttons all kind of fit within that box. The next thing we got to do is we got to make sure each of these buttons changes the user's drawing color for the drawing space up here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I need to make sure that the user knows what each of these buttons do. So I'm actually going to name these buttons just for us to make it easier. And you'll see later why that makes it easier. I'm going to click on button 1, and I'm going to rename it. And I'm going to call it, oopsie, not used to typing on a Chromebook, red button. I'm going to make this one, and I'm going to rename it blue button. If I could type on a Chromebook, blue button. And then I'll make the third one green, because why not? And we're only going to have 3 colors for now. We'll be able to change it later, but we're only going to do 3 for now. Okay? So now I got the buttons labeled. Now what I need to do is I need a way for the user to know which button does what, right? So I could, if I wanted to, I could click on the red button and change the text to say red, right? And it would say red in that button. But an easier way, right, would to be just to get rid of the text, make sure it's blank, and then change the background of the button to red. I think that's more successful. That way they'll just see the color red and say, oh, I click on that, it should change the text, or it should change the drawing line that I make to red. So I'm gonna do that for each one. So I got blue button here. I'm gonna change background color to blue. I got green button. I'm gonna change background color to green. Okay, and I'm actually, you know what I gotta do? I gotta get rid of the text for each of those too. So I'm gonna get rid of the text for each of those as well. Delete that. And now we've got 3 buttons, each with a different color. And we also have the place where the user can draw on the screen. So we're going to keep it that, we're going to make sure it's that simple for just the user interface. Okay, and we're just going to keep it at that. The next video will show you how to do the programming for these buttons, as well as the programming for the actual drawing component.